Okay, so Real Python's Python lists and tuples quiz. First question, which of the following are true of Python lists? These represent the same list. No, they're not the same list. A given object may appear in a list more than once, that's true. An element, all elements in a list must be of the same type, that's false. There is no conceptual limit to the size of a list. A list can go for a long while, but I think, I guess it would depend on the capacity of your computer. But what do they mean by no conceptual limit? This is a funny kind of wording that to me. So obviously the computer would be a limit, but conceptually, ignoring the computer capacity, then there's no conceptual limit. A list may contain any type of object except another list. That's false, because you can put lists within lists. Alright, got those two right. Next question. Assume the following list definition. A equals foo bar baz quas quarks corg. Several short REPL sessions are shown below, which display correct output. Okay, so print. Oh, that's a REPL session. So you can put print in REPL sessions. They don't need to. Anyway, print A. We'll start at 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So start at 4. We go all the way to the end, which is corg, and we do it at minus 2 intervals. So this is not correct. That won't come out with that. That will be minus 1, minus 2. This one here will just print out quarks, not all the other ones. Oh, hang on. Quarks baz foo starts at 4, finishes to the end, and starts at minus 2. Alright, well I'm going to cheat and just check this one. I'm just going to cheat and check this one, because start and finish. Paste that list in here. Then I'll copy and paste this one down here. Let's see what comes up with. I think it's going to come up with either this, quarks, baz, or foo, or it might just come up with quarks. No, so it does. Alright, so in other words, it starts at 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it goes to the end, but at 2 intervals. Okay. It's an interesting way of writing that. Could I have gone start at 0, minus 2? Then I'll start with just foo. If I did this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 to 5, Wonder what happened then. Alright, so if I did 0 to 5 and 2, what was base for? Alright, so the -2 is the key difference here, and leaving out the middle part. Something to remember that. Assume, okay, so print A -5, so -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So it starts at -5 bar, finishes at -3, but does not include -3. So bar and baz. This one here has bar and baz. Yes, I think that's going to be right. I won't bother copying and pasting it over, because I don't want this video to go for too long. But normally I would check, obviously. If I want to get 100%, I'll check all these, but I'm not going to copy and paste them over. A copy of A is A. That's true. That's true. Print A -6. List index out of range, is it? -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. That's correct. It will. No, that's not correct. It won't come up with that. -6 would be foo. Max A 2, 4 plus scrawled. So 2 to 4, hey? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but not including 4. So Baz and Quox plus Gralt. That's not going to be right. So I reckon I may get one wrong here, but they're my answers for it. So that one there's right, that one there's right. Okay, so that only did come up with that one. Why wasn't that one right? A. Oh, it should be A. Hang on. Let's have a look at the explanation. Correct answers. Alright, so let's have a look at that one. Alright. Incorrect answers. So recall that for a string, S as that returns a reference to S. So S is true. Yeah, so S is true. For a list, A is a copy of A, which is what I said. They do not reference the same object. Oh, okay. So lists. So for a string, it points to the same ID, but for a list, it doesn't actually point to the same ID, because a list doesn't do that. So let's confirm that by saying dinner equals A, B, C. Okay, we've got ID dinner, comes up with that ID. And if I go dinner, and I copy dinner, which is a list, is A, become false, and that's because the ID of A is different to the ID of dinner. So correct. So okay, so that's something good to note there. Now with this one here, this caught me a little bit off. A 2 to 4 returns the slice, baz, and quarks. Yep, so I got that far. I mentioned that. The plus operator concatenates, so the argument to max is baz, quarks, grol. That's what I thought it would be. The maximum value for strings, the latest in alphabetical order. Yeah, I got this bit. I knew that, and I knew this bit. I was expecting this, and that's why I marked this one here as not being that one here wouldn't be correct, because I was expecting it to list more than quarks. But as it goes and says here, the maximum value for strings, well, it's a string within a list. For strings, the latest in alphabetical order is quarks. I would have done the first one, baz, by itself, but I guess it goes for strings. It goes to the quarks. I don't think that was mentioned in their literature here. I don't recall that being mentioned. But yeah, I could obviously copy and paste it into the REPL here, or to Pythoni anywhere, and to get the correct answer. But it's good to challenge ourselves. So the string thing, something to note there. Consider the following nested list definition. X equals 10. Then you've got another list within the list, and then another list within that list, and then you've got the second index here. So the first index is all this. That's the first index. And the second index, well, that'll be 0, index 0, and that'll be 1. If you're going backwards, this would be -1, and this would be -2. A schematic for the list is shown below. Fine. Yep, like I said, 10 and foo. Then it goes into that list there, then this list there. What is the expression that returns the Z in the baz? The Z in the baz. That's hard. That's quite hard. It's something like this. X 0, 1, X 0, 0, 1, and then 0, 1, and then 1. Now I could check this, and I may as well check it. Well, Control C. Let's see if I got this here. So there's that. So let's put that object in and connect it with X, and then let's put my code in to see if it ends up with Z. It may not, but I can change it around. Alright, bang, big error there. So integer object is not subscriptable. Alright, well. 10. Alright, so the first one's right. Right, the first one's right. 1 should go into the second list. No, it doesn't. Because the internet, because this has got a I think that's because it's got baz in it. So integer object is not subscriptable. Oh. Alright, so 0. Maybe it's 0, 0. Actually, I think it's 0, 0. No. Yeah, of course it's not. This must be 1. So I could go and find out what the answer is by looking at the all this text, because it does have it in there, but I want to keep this video short, so I won't do that. I know I'm not that far off. I think it might just be converting this to this. Might have something to do with converting the string to something else. So okay, so yeah, roughly the right idea. Yeah, so it was 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so 0. So x 0 is that one there. That's 1. So that's 1 there. That's 2. So I can get that far. But I don't know why they... Oh, okay, that's 1. Baz is 1. And then... Oh, that'll be 0. That'll be 1. That'll be 1, and that'll be 2. Okay, that's a good thing to remember, because I would have thought that 0 was B and 1 was A, but because it's in a list, it's a string, you count the, I guess you count the apostrophes. So 0, 1, 1, 2 is how you actually will get A from that. So that's a good question. That I enjoyed that question. Oh no, you're gonna get Z then. Oh yeah, Z. What was I thinking? A. Oh gosh, what have I done here? Escape that. Oh. No. Have I read the question wrong? I thought they wanted A. 0, 1. No, I thought they wanted A, didn't I? Well, I still would have had it wrong anyway. But I was actually going for A, and what we were after, we're after Z. So I still would have got it wrong, because the reason I got that wrong was because I was looking for I got that wrong and I got that wrong. So, but that's a good question. That's actually a good question. Each of the 4 indices in the answer can be specified as a positive or negative number. So the third element of the subset, the second element, the third character. All right, so that's good. I quite enjoyed that question. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of that, because just to remind me, and I will paste it into my notes here, and I'll call that well, I'll just put it in the notes for now. Alright, so that's gone in the notes there. Insert a page break, and I'll deal with that later. So, good question. Let's go on to the next one. Same nested list as the previous question. What expression returns to the list Baz point and 2.718? Alright, so X, Baz and 2.718. So X 0, that's 0. That's 1. And that's 2. So it should be 1. Alright, so while I'm doing this, I'm actually going to put it in here. and if I go x1, it should give me, it should access me to that there. Alright, so x1. Now, inside this 1, we've got 0, 1, 2. Okay, so this is going to be x, 1, 2. So that gives me access to this list within the list. And now if I want to get Baz in 2.718, well 30 is 0, Baz is 1, and that one's 2. So to do that, to get that one there, I would go so I'll do that. 0, 1. Well, I know how to get Baz. And I know how to get 2.718. But how do you get them both? So that's a good question. I'm going to say, would this work? Let's have a look. Would 1, 2 work? No, didn't think it would. So it must be integers or slices. No tuple. Let's have a look. Would plus work? I don't think it will. No. Okay, so get Baz. Alright, so I got that there. Alright, so if I go start at 1, finish at 3, but not including 3, that might do it. Good, that's done it. So I can get this one. Whoop, copy and paste the right thing, put that in there. Check my answer. Cool. Oh yeah, they've just done it like that. They've just put start at 1 and finish at the end. Cool. List A is defined as follows. A in a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Select all the following statements that remove the middle element 3 from A, so that it equals 1, 2, 4, 5. Alright, so A, so 0, 1, 2. So let's start at 2. And let's finish at 2, but not including 2. So this one here will result in that, I reckon. A0, 1, 2. A2 equals that. I'll have to say yes. Delete A2, yep. A2 and 3, but not including 3. So starts at 0, 1, 2, starts at 2, finishes at 3, but doesn't include 3, which is 4. So say that one. So I think these two here, I'm thinking suspiciously about. A dot remove 3. 0, I think that one would work. So I'm suspicious about these two here. This one and that one. So I don't think they can both be right. So let's put it in and see. Alright, so that one there. Alright, now if I print out A, that one there didn't work, so click off that one. I reckon this one's the right one. I reckon that one would probably work. Let's print out A, so that one works. Alright, so that one's good. Remove 3. So is that remove? Yeah, dot remove 3. I'm not sure that's right. 3. I'll just check it. I don't want this to go on forever, so I'm not going to check every one. I'm just going to have a almost semi-guess these. Yeah, okay, so that worked too. Alright, so 1, so A2, 0, 1, 2 equals a blank. Yeah, I'll tell you, that one there got me suspicious. I was almost going to delete that one. So that's not hard. A2 designates a single item, not a slice. Thus, A2 equals replaces that item with an empty list. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's actually got it with. It's actually put a little list inside it because it needs to be a slice. Python lists and tuples. List A is defined as follows: A, B, C. Which of the following statements adds D and E to the end so that it equals A, B, C, D, E? Alright, so A, length A to the end equals D and E. Yes. A dot extend D and E. I don't know why you need to say it's a list. Why can't you just go A dot extend E, that one? Yeah, I thought it would work. A plus DE. Yeah, I think that actually does work by putting without having to put a comma in it. A minus 1 equals DE. Not sure that will work. Append. I guess that works. Yeah, okay. So append didn't do it, probably because it was in a list. Extend needs to ask for that, but append doesn't need to. So this one here plus DE plus DE. No. Remember that when the plus equals argument assignment operator expects an integral as the second operand. It iterates over the second operand and adds the resulting items to the end of the target operand. Oh yeah. Well, it's a bit funny why it needs to put that in. You know, A is a list, but anyway. That's why I wouldn't use that. In real programming, I'm not using that. I'm not going to bother with that crap. You know, I'll use this. I'll use the append method. I'll use the extend method. But these other ones I wouldn't even bother using. You wouldn't write that in because it's too cumbersome. This one here is appropriate. That one there, people that aren't accustomed to seeing that might confuse it with, might ask why it's not that one there, or why you haven't used the methods. So in reality, in real life, I think you just use these methods more than these other ones. Next question. You have a list A defined as follows: 1, 2, 7, 8. Write a Python statement using slice assignment that will fill in the missing values so that A equals 1, 2. Okay. So A dot append a dot insert one two 0 1 2 2 Alright, so I'll just check this. Might not be correct, but I can't make this video too long. So yeah, I mean, I could find out why that's the case, but insert should be brackets, I think. So go to the insert method. Alright, so 0 1 2 start at 0 1 2. Alright, so alright, use the insert method, but a 2 a 2 equals 3 4 5 6 3 4 5 6. This is one way of doing it. I'd rather use the insert method. This isn't using the insert method. So I don't like how I got that correct. Let's go to the hint here. Alright, so they haven't bothered using the insert method either, but I actually do want to see. Here we go, the insert method. See the insert method here? A dot insert 3. Alright, so I had the right idea. I wonder if you could do it. So I actually might change this just out of interest and see. A dot insert -1 1.63 6.66. Let's see what that does. No. Anyway. Next question. Suppose you have the following tuple definition. Which of the following statements replaces the second element bar with the string quarks? It's a trick question. Tuples can't be modified. Next question. Write path and code to create a tuple with a single element, the string foo, and assign it to the variable t. Oh, there's different ways of doing this. But let's have a look. Write path and code to create a tuple with a single element. Alright. Okay. I'll just and assign it to the variable t. So t equals tuple, open tuple foo. So write a tuple to create a tuple with a single element, string foo. Yep, done that. And assign it to the variable called t. Now this one could be a trick question because it's a tuple, right? You've actually got to put the comma in like that. Otherwise it won't, it'll think it's just t equals a string in parenthesis. So I'll click on the hint. You can't create a single tuple just by specifying a single element in parenthesis. Now there should be a space there, shouldn't there? Alright, so check my answer. Yep, got that one right. Consider this assignment statement. ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, that's interesting. Following execution of this statement, what is the value of B? Huh? That's strange. A, B, and C equal. So all these, this is the object. But there's a tuple in there. Then there's a list. What is the value of B? Alright, so 0, 1. Starts at 1. Goes to the end in 3s. 2, 4. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 8. I don't know, and I'm not going to copy and paste it into the shell. I'm just going to try and answer it. So I'll just say 5. Alright, cool. Explain it. The slice expression on the right side of the assignment produces the tuple 2, 5, 8. Start at 2. So start at 1 here, 0, 0, 1. So 2 is 1. Then it says nothing in between the two columns, which means it goes to the end of the list. So it'll go all the way to, from 2 all the way up to 9. But then it'll jump every 3 times. So 2, so 1, 2, 3 is 5. 1, 2, 3 is 8. But it picks the first one. It always stops at the first one. The assignment is thus equivalent to this compound tuple packing unpacking assignment. Okay, well, that's not the reason that I got. Hard question, that one. I mean, that's not a beginner question, isn't it? It's more of an intermediate question, that. Assume X and Y are assigned as follows. What is the effect of this statement? Let's see what it must study. An hour left, alright. What is the effect of this statement? XY equals YX minus 1. Gosh, that's not immediately obvious. So start at Y, go all the way to X, and subtract 1. It should be X. I'm just going to say the effect of this statement is it shows up X. Changed both X and Y at 5. Oh, okay, right, because you've got these ones up here. Alright, so 5 minus 5 equals minus 5 5 are going to change over. swapped. No, the values of x and y are unchanged. -1. Yeah, right. So the slice expression on the right side of the assignment reverses the tuple. So I had the right idea. Y and x -1 would reverse the tuple, so it's 5 and -5. The assignment is thus equivalent to the compound tuple unpacking assignment. Yeah, right, fine. Yeah, see, I said that they'll be swapped, right? In other words, reverses. And it's saying that yes, the slice expression, it actually does swap it. That's what they've got here. Slice expression on the right side of the assignment reverses the tuple. This is the right side of the assignment. Right side of the equal sign. So it will actually come out with that, right? And then it's saying the assignment is thus equivalent to the compound tuple. The compound tuple, which is this here. Packing. Unpacking assignment. X, Y. Alright. Oh, that was close. That was close. I got close to getting on that one right. So there you go. That was pretty hard. But I got close to getting a couple more right there, I reckon. And I learned a thing or two too. There you go.